Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. HarlequinCoHO here, and just as a reminder, if you haven't already voted for your favorite players for the $250 HarlequinCoHO Invitational Tournament, please stop by the video that I have for that and post your favorite players into the comments for that, because next week, the week of December 20th-ish, I will close that poll and we will begin getting all the players announced and all that sort of stuff. So anyhow, that's all well and good, but I have a sexy little 1-versus-1 here for you today between ArmorKnife and JohnnyCrypton. Two really very skilled players, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at ArmorKnife here. And now ArmorKnife, by the way, is Infantry, who is currently the #2 infantry player. He's like 107 and 21, and just a rockin' good player. And this is his alternate. I believe it's his armor commander, low level. But he's high skill level, so he gets matched against really awesome players. So as you can see, he's got Armor Bounty and just the Sherman Calliope. However, his opponent, JohnnyCrypton, you definitely have heard of him. He is #2 in Terror at the moment, 146 and 36. Really awesome Terror commander, and so the two of them matching up for a game. And by the way, this is the second in a series. They actually played 2 games that night and had a second match that they played just for fun. And this is that match. So if you want to see more games between these players, go to gamereplays.org and check it out. That's where I grabbed this one from. You'll see, by the way, that JohnnyCrypton started off right away by sending his Pioneers up here to the north, and then got his Construction Pioneers, sprinted them all the way out here to build his Wehrmacht quarters. Construction Pioneers can build faster, and they can move around and all that fun stuff. He was very quick then to build his Bargain Volksgrenadiers. By the way, this opening by JohnnyCrypton, really efficient opening, because you can start capping right away, and then you make up all the lost time with the sprinting Construction Pioneers and the building faster, and then you build the really cheap Bargain Volksgrenadiers. So very efficient early opening there. I kind of like that, and you'll see that he just kind of went north and south, and we'll take a look at the tactical map here, and you'll see that both of them just went north and south, each kind of capping their half of the territory. And let's take a look once again at this. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this replay for just 1 second and take a look at the map a little bit. Now this is Beaux Lowlands. We had a replay on this just previously, actually, and I liked it enough that I wanted to take one more look at it, because it's a pretty fun map. And one of the confusing things about this, from either player's perspective, is that there are just so many of these little bridges and ways to get across the water, and it's just confusing. It can get kind of muddled up very quickly. So today, what I want to look at with this replay is just seeing how both players kind of deal with this terrain. You can see here as I'm sneaking along here, looking at all the weird little ways that there are to kind of cross and things like that. It's a very open, hard to secure map, what with having the victory points on either side. So let's go ahead and just see where this is going to go. Right away, we will see that JohnnyCrypton has his Bargain Volksgrenadiers moving across, capping this point here. And for the most part, each one is just kind of doing the same thing symmetrically. You'll see that they both grabbed what was above and below them, and then sent one of their units into the other guy's turf just to kind of skirmish it off a little bit. So it looks like these very first riflemen by ArmorKnife are out here just kind of poking around. And same with the Bargain Volksgrenadiers and Accomplished Motorcycle combination here. So Accomplished Motorcycle, really good at harassing workers and things like that. ArmorKnife, because of course he is high skill level but low commander level, doesn't have access to a lot of items for his army and that sort of thing. So Accomplished Motorcycle just kind of fighting this out here. This is absolutely, will destroy early engineers. They're going to have to get out of here. In the meantime, though, Riflemen now taking control over this side of the map. So you can see each player went north and south, and then kind of juked over and captured the other person's early captures. So both of them have just kind of traded these territories here. So that's interesting. But I do really like some of the map positioning in this game. So we'll see here just a bunch of riflemen hanging out here for ArmorKnife, just sort of defending his area, more or less. More engineers here. And I'm going to take one look here at ArmorKnife. And we'll take a look at some of his units and abilities. He's got double riflemen out now and 2 engineers. That's pretty standard opening, going into a 3rd rifleman. So pretty much 4 riflemen going right into engineers. Pretty standard, and then we'll take a look going back here at JohnnyCrypton, and I accidentally sped up the game right there. Sorry about that. You can see this motorcycle is taking some pot shots at these riflemen from across the river. Whenever I can, I do like kind of panning around at the game because it is very pretty. But enough of that for now. Taking a look at JohnnyCrypton's army, we will see hang on, clicking on these guys here, we'll see he does have the Bargain Volksgrenadiers, the Construction Pioneers, regular Volksgrenadiers, the Accomplished Motorcycle, and a brand new Fatherland Heavy Machine Gun team out. I think pretty much the only thing here that confused me was the early motorcycle. You'll see he gets a little bit of use out of this, but here we have a nice little push coming up here from ArmorKnife with riflemen and engineers, quick to kind of surround and just completely capture this accomplished motorcycle. Oh no, Mr. Motorcycle, trying to just kind of crawl away like, beep, 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 come on, beep, beep, get out of my way, I'm trying to run away here. And unfortunately, oh, they take out the motorcycle just in time to get within range of this heavy machine gun who just annihilates these guys. Oh my god, look at that. So, of course, everybody was kind of just out of position, and they wandered straight into the Fatherland Heavy Machine Gun team, who just wrecked everything. And look at them spinning right around, because he does see that down here, just below him, is a little bit of ArmorKnife's infantry here, so spinning his heavy machine gun around, not a bad idea. And meanwhile, it looks like the Bargain Volksgrenadiers are going to wall this place off, just barbed wiring right across here. I do like that. This is a map that's really cool to kind of restrict movement. It's almost impossible to keep people completely out of something, but it's always nice to kind of direct them in other paths and things like that. So HMG team just laying into these riflemen who are retreating, but being kind of fired at here by the Volksgrenadiers, taking 2 casualties on the way out, but otherwise looks like they're going to be okay. Single casualty actually. By the way, this was changed in the recent December 15th patch. Just clicking on an HMG team now will show you its line of fire, so that's pretty cool. Very useful for flanking, both friendly and opponent HMGs, by the way. So now we can kind of see where this is going. It looks like both players have kind of opted for a north versus south kind of style of play here. And unfortunately, the Bargain Volksgrenadiers walling themselves out of their own, they kind of painted themselves out of this corner here, unable to get back in, having to fight through the rest of these infantry here, running home, and it looks like just kind of keeping track of this side of the battlefield. You can see JohnnyCrypton here is planting some mines and exchanging some fire here. By the way, in terms of army items, you'll notice that his Volksgrenadiers have the squad health by 16%, the 30% decreased reinforcement cost, that is sexy, and the 6% accuracy. But check it out, of course, ArmorKnife is an awesome player. He has no problem whatsoever saying, oh yeah, you've got a bunch of barbed wire up, no problem, I'll take some engineers with my riflemen, cut my way through that, and just start capping everything. So, Fatherland HMG team, beautiful placement here. Just look at that field of fire and just appreciate everything that he's covering by that. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little tricky to get them to reacquire a different target when you don't like the fact that they're shooting at the worthless engineers up there. Look at how fast these guys move. Fatherland HMG team in friendly territory runs at like retreat speed everywhere they go. They are awesome. Beautiful, beautiful far back positioning on the Fatherland HMG team. You can see it's got wonderful cover, instantly suppressing everybody, even at that really, really long distance, suppressing everybody through the trees and through the terrain of the building. Fatherland HMGs don't care anything about line of sight or any of that, as you can see. He doesn't care if there's a bunch of trees in front of him, he'll just suppress everybody over there. So that's pretty cool. Volksgrenadiers now trying to clean out these well-entrenched burning engineers here who are now going to have to retreat back through this nice little hole they made. And hopefully we'll see if JohnnyCrypton's going to go ahead and just fill back in that barbed wire gap there. Meanwhile, we do have a lot of close fighting going on down here. The Bargain Volksgrenadiers fighting on this bridge position with just regular riflemen, but they do have inspired zeal in addition to this nice green cover, although frankly everybody has green cover, but fighting their way pretty well. But you can see that ArmorKnife is just kind of fighting this battle because he wants to buy some time to cap all of this stuff up here. Once again, action everywhere. This is common for really high-level players. Look at this nice combination going on here between the sniper and the Fatherland HMG team. Fighting happening everywhere. So let me pause and just see what just happened there. So Fatherland HMG team and sniper just fought their own battle over here. We had the Bargain Volksgrenadiers fighting tooth and nail up here, and while all that was going on, we had a bunch of engineers cut their way through barbed wire, cap this point and cap that point. All the meanwhile, a little bit of action going on. So these players are just multitasking everywhere. I love it. Once again, I do like JohnnyCrypton's use of barbed wire here and barbed wire here. Again, look at this, repairing his barbed wire fort here. And this was nice too. Unfortunately, engineers can cut right through that. Engineers even placing some mines, kind of suspecting people are going to come up here to try and recapture this and resecure this area. He just mines it. Again, pro tip, if you think you're going to lose an area soon, mine it up so that when people run through to capture it, they will take additional casualties. So, still basically this is the standard rifleman army here. Early game, armor commanders often don't have a lot that they can bring to the table, so rifleman is it, and you can see he's just relying on his skill as a player to kind of use flanking and use good rifleman skills and that sort of thing. So that's all looking good here. Taking a look at his base, we'll see that ArmorKnife went for a supply yard, and pretty much that's it. Just tons and tons and tons of riflemen. Going to be moving them around on the map there. We'll take a sneak peek back here, and we will see that the Krieg barracks is completed for JohnnyCrypton, as well as first anti-tank gun. Remember, anti-tank guns had their build time reduced a little bit, so you can get those out pretty early now. That's kind of cool. A little bit earlier. Not super early, but you know. Now it looks like Johnny's up here in the upper right-hand corner, capping this fuel point, and then surely going to go back and cap this victory point after all of that. But a big incursion of riflemen coming up here. You'll see, once again, JohnnyCrypton quick to repair all of his barbed wire, and look how effective that is. This is a great place to do that sort of barbed wiring. I honestly think that it's really weird that this cap point is kind of on this side of the bridge. It does, I think, in my head, give the southern player a little bit of an advantage for exactly this reason. You can